The Toronto Metro Police Department is home to a unique computer that's revolutionizing the way the force uses picture identification. It's called CARES, or Computer Assisted Recovery Enhancement System, and it's used to draw composites and enhance or age photos. Here to discuss CARES, Detective Sergeant Marvin Miner and computer artist Betty Clark. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Tell me briefly how this is used by your department. Detective Sergeant?
It was originally set up by the police force along with IBM Canada to age missing children who have been missing 2 or 3 years, if not longer. And when it was being developed, we soon realized that it was a very valuable police tool that we could use in solving crimes. It is now used to draw composites, to enhance pictures, to take a disguise off of a person, and we're finding more and more every day uses for this computer.
And Betty Clark, I gather, is the only person in the country who can use this machine so far. Is that right? Is that it?
That's right. I happen to be lucky enough to get in at the beginning of it, kind of pioneering this new system.
Now, you're an artist, that's right. Now, I remember all the movies I saw where the witness is brought in and says, all right, describe this man, the villain of the piece, and then the witness describes and the artist is sketching things. It doesn't work that way anymore.
No.
How does it work now?
Now they go through another computer system and actually look at up to 300 different pictures on the Edicon system. And they'll pick out the shape of the head, the hairstyle, the eyes, the nose, and mouth. And then I get a hold of those same pictures through my care system and put them together.
Just to give you an idea of how effective this is, we're going to show you a picture first of the computer, or the computer description of someone who is wanted, and then the actual photograph. Now, if you look at these two, I can't tell which is which. Which is the computer and which is the photograph?
The one on the left is the composite that was done on my computer, done by the witness who was held up, and she remembered extremely well. And when the suspect saw this photograph, or the composite, he thought it was his own photograph.
And he wanted to know how you got his photograph.
That's right.
Quite remarkable. Now, Detective Sergeant, this idea of aging a picture, tell me briefly how often that would be needed in police work.
We do it just about every day. We get requests through other police forces throughout Canada and throughout the world. We've done work for at least 8 other police forces across the world, and they send to us a picture of the actual child when they went missing, photographs of their mother and father and grandparents, and from there Betty takes those descriptions and ages them.
Feeds it to the computer, and so the computer will tell you this is how this person would look 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever. Again, we're going to show you some pictures of this. This is first of a child who went missing at age 3. And can you tell me what we've got here, Betty, if you just look at the monitor?
That was the first composite that was done from the original age 3. We used her own features and then paste them on a suitable hairstyle and a skull that fits the same. That was the end composite, and that's the real girl when they found her this year.
So, again, you can see side by side. We should point out, by the way, that this was not used to find the girl, but when you did find the girl and you saw the two together, it's quite uncanny how similar they are. Now, does this depend to a large extent on the witness's ability to describe, or can the computer basically come up with all sorts of things to bring back memories?
IBM created this computer to actually be an editor for photographs. So what we can do is capture an image on the computer and then cut it apart. So the actual putting it together is up to the witness and myself. In the case of aging, then that's completely up to myself. It's a judgment thing.
With aging, I want to show one more picture, by the way. This is Nicole Moran. Now, Nicole Moran disappeared in Toronto several years ago. This is what she looked like then. She would be 11 years old today, and so you were able to come up with this, what Nicole Moran would look like today?
That's one version of how she would look.
Yeah, so just take a look. This little girl is still missing. So if you see someone who looks like this is what the computer imagines that Nicole Moran would look like today.
We can't guarantee the hairstyle or the weight of the person involved, but we guarantee 90% accuracy on the features.
All right. Now, you can also do something that I find quite incredible. If you only have part of a face, let's say someone robbed a store, they're covered by a balaclava or a mask, you can still work with that, right?
Yes, we can. We can sort of take the mask off, and through Betty's artistic talents, we can sort of put a face back on there.
And now, are you just using your imagination here, or is there more to it than that, Betty? When you don't know what the bottom of the face looks like, how do you even start?
There's a lot to do with experience in drawing characters in Toronto. I'd like to take my pad and go around and draw people's faces. So when I get the structure of the face that is clear under some disguises, or even partially, then I can enhance that and carry it on farther.
Now, another thing you can do is reconstruct a face from a skull. How does that work, Detective Sergeant?
Usually we require a front view and a side view and a three-quarter view of a skull. That's usually sent to us by the police departments, along with any other photographs that they find of the scene where the body was found. And then we will then put that into the computer, and again, through Betty's artistic talents, we can put the face back on it.
We have a picture we're going to show you now of the skull and just what Betty was able to do to produce the face. What do we have here, Betty?
This is the original picture that Detective Savish brought up to us from Australia. And with that, we drew drawings and developed the composite on top of that to fit the structure. And that's the final composite.
And this comes up just from the skull. All you need is the skull, and you can be pretty sure this is what the face looks like.
We need a little bit more than that. We need a coroner's report or a pathologist's report along with dental chart or descriptions, and we can go from there.
All right. Now, since you have the only one in the country now, Detective Sergeant, are we going to see more of these throughout Canada?
I would hope so. It's a developmental prototype that was developed by IBM Canada in Toronto labs. We're hoping that in the future we can enhance the program and make it bigger and connect up with our mainframe.
Thank you both for talking with us.
Thank you.
Here's Pamela.
Thanks,